Ed Sheeran, what a guy. I mean, how the heck is this guy one of the biggest pop stars in the world? As someone heavily involved with spaces like Album of the Year and Radio Music, I'm used to seeing insane amounts of hate for this guy. And yeah, that makes sense. I don't even like Ed Sheeran that much. This one, and definitely this one, and most of this one kind of suck. But even then, I'm probably the biggest Ed apologizer in the whole community. And yeah, it's basically all nostalgia. But some of the songs are good, and some of them are even great. But to be honest, this one doesn't have that many. But some of them hit way harder than they should. And I promise I don't read music. I love Geese and Radiohead and music are unsponsored. Reach my present. I'm sorry. In last place is What Do I Know? Yeah, but this one is really corny. The message is nice, but it also doesn't make any sense. He's suggesting we don't have to go to uni, but we could also have a nice future. We kind of need education, man. Sure, if Jack Johnson wrote this, I would probably be laughing it up, but it just doesn't really fit the style. And in all honesty, it is very on the nose. I don't really like it when adults go, I'm just a boy, when you're not, you're an adult. I find that really annoying, and this one got incredibly boring very quickly. Like, quicker than Shape of You. Like, imagine how quick that must have been. I don't really have anything to say about this one because it is so, it's just like a song. It's happier. I don't like this one. It's not quite as nice as a Marshmallow song, but it's still really obnoxious. Not even the chorus can save the one. It's a terrible chorus. It's probably the worst one of the whole album, and it falls so flat, so incredibly flat. And number 10, we have Heartstone Break around here, which has reversed to Happier, where it just has absolutely nothing going through. Where it's nice, the chorus is decently pretty, but it's also so unbelievably forgettable. Maybe it might be just because I don't know it as well, but it just really just doesn't sound out and has nothing going for it. The chorus is boring, the instrumentation is boring, the production is boring, and it's yeah. There you go. Finally, the last song on this list that's only issue is that it is completely and utterly forgettable. New Man sounds like every other hip hop song that Ed Sheeran tries to. It generally have no idea what this is. I had no idea what this is going into it, and it just feels so forgettable. Some of the production is nice, especially the record scratches at the end, but that is literally all that stands out, and because it's right at the end, it is easily forgotten. No one really likes this song, right? I mean, I actually am generally convinced I never liked this song. Even when I was like 10, this thing annoyed the heck out of me. I think I probably found it too sexy or something. I'm gonna be honest though, some of the production around that hook is actually kind of good. Like the way it dramatically changes in volume is actually kind of cool and usually the highlight of the song. But that synth hook gets annoying so insanely quickly, along with kind of every other part of this song, especially the lyrics. I mean, how this song is the second highest stream song of all time, I have no idea. But probably part of the issue is that I would hear it every 2 minutes for like 5 years straight. But it's not that bad. The Kids Pop version is low better. Anyway, just kidding. I think. Honestly, this is finally good to get to the actually really good songs on this album, and I think after not hearing a lot of these songs for a good couple of years, to kind of let them settle, they're actually kind of nice when you don't hear them every 5 freaking minutes. The chorus to this one is great, and instead of Shape of You, this one feels more iconic. Shape of You feels overplayed and obnoxious, but something about this one makes it feel kind of good and special. It still may have 4 billion plays, but it just feels different to the rest of them. And I think it's got that more emotional tendencies that Shape of You doesn't have, and it almost feels more personal, even though it is so generic that allows it to get played at weddings and stuff. But it's a nice song. It's better than a lot of the others. I'm gonna say a similar thing about this one that I did about Perfect. Yeah, it feels kind of generic, but the chorus is actually really nice. Except it feels like I've heard it a million times before. Probably because I have on the radio, in the supermarket, every time I go in. Those backing singers though have like one line of the whole album are so obnoxious and do not deserve to be there at all, and they come out of absolute nowhere. Good song though. If you asked me 1 week ago whether I liked Razor, I would say no, purely because I hate the way he uses a razor. I find it incredibly annoying when at the end of the chorus the artist says a random word that has actually nothing to do with what they just said, and it does this quite a bit. But I actually quite like this one, and some of the production is actually really substantial. The pre-chorus is a bit weak and isn't perfect by any means, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's still decent. It's a good opener for a mid-album. How Would I Feel is a song I wasn't massively familiar with before I recorded this video. However, it's actually really nice. It's a lot more memorable than Hearts and What Do I Know and New Man, and also it's a really nice chorus riff. It masters the relaxing acoustic vibe that Hearts and Break Around Hill was going for perfectly, and the riff is really calming. I'm actually a huge fan of this one. I really like it. Big surprise. The song is way too catchy, but I swear people say it's racist. I was listening. Yeah, it's kind of stereotypical, but like Ed is almost certainly Irish. So, anyway, excluding Ed fitting in absolutely as many stereotypes as possible into one song, this one is like really good aside from the verses. The chorus is insanely catchy, and some of the intro verse sections are actually really nice, and the violin composition shows off the way Ed can actually craft nice musical compositions. It's super impressive, coming from the Shape of You riff. Okay, this one is really where the nostalgia hits. Partly because the song is about nostalgia, and therefore is supposed to make it. It's really effective though, and I also generally think this one is great. The pre-chorus in this one is insane, and is easily the best one in the whole album, and maybe his whole discography. Production also never slips into corny territory, and instead keeps its place the whole time. Something about the bit of the song where it's wee, which is some of the best production of this whole album. The emotion in his voice is actually incredible. Way better than Hearts. To be honest, he doesn't sound like he cares at all in that one. And this one might be top 3 Ed Sheeran songs of all time. Easily contains some of his best lyrics ever, maybe even to top that song. You know what I'm talking about. And this one doesn't feel corny at all compared to What Do I Know, and perfectly masters the more emotional feel it's going for. It's one of the few Ed songs that can get me truly emotional, and somehow something about the way the chorus ends just perfectly finishes it, and masters the feeling of rising and ascension. It's a perfect close of the album, absolutely a perfect song, easily the best song of the album. What a way to go out, which feels so personal. And thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry it's a bit of a short one, not my greatest one, but I'm planning to hopefully get back into some more YouTube stuff. And I'll see you on the next one.